Hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday. So, if you're watching this video, if you jump in live, it is Monday. It is brunch time. I had the opportunity to be at home today, take care of some family stuff. So, I thought while I was in between things, I would jump online and give folks some updates on some stuff, things I don't usually get to do during the middle of the week. Hope everybody had a great weekend. If you celebrate Easter, I hope you had a great Easter. I hope you don't have upset tummy from too much candy. Hope you behaved yourselves a little bit. Man, I have been busy as all get out, and wanted to share with you what is going on. I got so much stuff happening, and definitely wanted to let y'all know. So, first of all, let's talk about as I'm doing with every stream and every video I do. Let's talk about M Squad. So M Squad #2, my comic book, the second issue is out on campaign on Indiegogo right now. I am looking for help to get that to the finish line. So the book is done, the 40 pages are drawn, the script is written. I just need help getting it to the finish line. That means printed, lettered, and colored. And so we have the campaign open. I'm going to show you that real quick. Let me show you the quick trailer, and then we'll jump into the campaign real quick. We'll cover that, and then we'll keep on moving through the updates. All right. So that's the quick trailer that I did showing you some of the features. It's got some covers, the variant covers that are available. It's got some of the pages there, characters. Let's go over to the actual campaign and let me show you what we're talking about here. So we have on Indiegogo, M Squad issue #2, our team of heroes in their first appearance in their actual superhero costumes are taking on a army of techno terrorists that have taken over a city. In the world, in the universe of M Squad, there are people who obviously have superpowers. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. This group of terrorists, they believe that the people with powers have too much power, too much control, and that technology is the future for humanity. And so they're going to use technology to try to make their point and take over in an incredibly violent way. And so M Squad is called in to try to stop them. And so what we've got here is a little bit about the a blurb about the book and what we've got going on. We have that trailer that we just saw with an image of cover, one of the cover options. We've got a couple of action pages with dialogue now. So if you want to come in and see what some of those pages look like, I may add some more dialogue pages, but for now, this is what we've got going on. So Nova is out trying to distract the terrorists while the rest of the team is using subterfuge to try to get the drop on them. And he thinks that he's got it easy because these guys can't hit anything as he's flying through the sky. And then suddenly this guy with nuclear powered Gatling guns comes out, starts shooting at him, and he realizes he's bitten off more than he can chew. And they got to come up with another plan. And then later we have the rest of the team, Gravite, Fang, and Boldar, are attacking from another direction, and the leader of the terrorists is escaping, having his soldiers try to stop them, and they've got to get through to stop this guy from getting away because he says he has a doomsday device, and he is definitely crazy enough to use it. So the team has got to get through these foot soldiers as fast as they can. So that's a little bit about the project and and the book and things that you can do, whether it's backing, sharing the campaign, etc. All that stuff could definitely help. Um, Looney Creations, hi, hello, thank you, Looney Creations, for jumping in and joining the chat. Appreciate it. Thank you for coming on today. Um, So let's talk very, very quick about the perks. I know I've been over this a bunch. I don't want to, you know, beat a dead horse, but let's look at what you have available to you. So again, I understand, I buy comics and I know comics are an expensive hobby. So one of the things that I wanted to do was provide a cost-effective way for you to be able to enjoy this comic book. My my tagline is M Squad is the greatest superhero comic that you don't know about yet. So Looney Creation says, "Do you know the comic Lucky Luke?" Can't say that I do. I don't know Lucky Luke. Is that a? I'm assuming is it a self-published book? I'm not familiar with that title. Um, but anyway, going back to the perks here, I have a $5 option for folks that is a digital copy. So it gets emailed to you. You can read it on your computer or your mobile device. It's an inexpensive way for you to continue to read and enjoy the story. If you're a collector like I am, as you can see behind me, I have lots of comics. You can get a physical copy for as low as $15. That features the cover that I did, drawn, inked, and colored by me. We have the manga inspired cover by Tenshi. We have the Boldar superhero cover by Duck Bacon, colored by myself. There's a blank sketch cover variant, so the inside of the comic is exactly the same as every other copy, but the cover is blank, and you can have your favorite artist draw a unique, one of a kind cover for you. You could also get the blank cover and then have me do a unique color marker cover for you of whatever you would like on it. So that's an option. We have packages that have all of the variants, as well as all of the variants with metal covers. And if you followed M Squad #1 and any of my other videos you've seen, I've showed those metal covers. They're shiny, they're bright, they are super, super cool. That is a limited option as far as the number of perks available. So once they are gone, they are gone. And then let's say, for example, that you said, I want to get just the basic, the Jerry cover. When you choose this perk, what it does is now you have the add-ons, and there are a couple of different options here. One is you can add a copy of M Squad #1. So if you missed M Squad #1, you can get that plus your chosen cover of M Squad #2, and it's only an additional $5. So again, trying to make it cost effective for folks to be able to get in and enjoy M Squad. So from there as well, there are other things for the art collector. If you wanted to own a piece of original art from this book, there are 40 pages total. Some are sequential pages, like the one we showed with Nova. Others are splash pages or covers, and those are available for purchase as well. So you can get a copy of the book and actually own a piece of the book as well. So that is options and how you can get to those add-ons if you want to add on anything like that as far as the campaign goes. So that is M Squad #2 and the campaign, and we definitely need your help. There are 39 days left of the campaign for us to raise the money to get it done. And if we don't, then that's it. So that's one of the things as well. If you do want to back the campaign, it is no risk to you because it is an all or nothing funding. Meaning, if we reach our goal, which is the money we need to make this book, then you will get a copy of the book. It's a guarantee. If we don't, if you back and we don't raise the goal, then you're not charged a dime. So contributing to it now really is a no risk operation as far as backers are concerned. So I hope that helps, and I hope that um, gets you motivated to possibly consider backing M Squad and enjoying, as I said, what I think is the best um, superhero comic book that you haven't read yet. Um, and I say that recently I went to the comic book store. I took my daughter, who is into comics as well, and we went to a big comic book store here near where we live. And I gotta say, like, I'm a guy that used to spend literally, like, when comics were $2, 250 each, I would spend hundreds of dollars a month because I had a pull list at my comic book store, and I would say, give me everything um X-Men, give me everything Spider-Man, give me everything by this artist, give me all the Image titles, give me, all that kind of stuff. And I would come monthly with just a box, just a huge package of books. I went to the comic book store and I was looking around, and I came home with about 6 comics, and I was just incredibly disappointed. For me personally, the stuff that's out right now, the art is just so, again, I started reading comics in the 70s when I was a small kid, through the 80s, into the heyday of the 90s, all the way through the 2000s. And it's only been in the last 10 years or so where I've just been like, I can't buy stuff that doesn't have artwork that I like. So, this, I feel like, if you're like me and you're a fan of a traditional drawn Western style comic. So think of your Avengers, your X-Men, your New Mutants, your Teen Titans. Um, if you like those things, if you remember fondly comics from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, then M Squad is a book for you, because that is the way that I have drawn. So there we go. There's my soapbox about M Squad and why you should check it out. So let's see here, Looney Creations. Jerry, I posted a comment on your new video. Very cool. I appreciate that. Yeah. So let me mention that too, real quick. So um, every Monday at 8 a.m. On my YouTube channel, I post a new review video that I do. So I have a series of review videos where I look at the Amazing Spider-Man, the comic book series, going all the way back to the beginning of Amazing Fantasy number 15. And each week we look at a new issue and talk about the art, the psychology, the storytelling, and kind of break it down from that perspective. So if you like comics, if you like Spider-Man, if you like art, or if you like all of the above, then it's a video series I highly recommend. Again, every Monday at 8 a.m., those videos do come out, and I hope you are enjoying them. People seem to be checking them out, and it seems to be pretty positive. So, so we've got M Squad update, we've got Spider-Man video YouTube updates. The next thing, so I have a couple of projects beyond M Squad. I also have a project that some of you are aware of that is called The Just. And when I say we, that is myself and the other creator, Terry Sala. He is my creative comic partner. We have worked together for quite a long time, and he is one of my very, very, very close friends. And he and I have put together a series called The Just, and we put out this, which is called an ash can. So by comparison, here is a copy of M Squad number 1. Here is the ash can. So you can see it is smaller. It is fewer pages, and it is printed on like a cardstock as opposed to your regular comic book cover. That is because this is a preview book. So what this does is it gives you, there's actually, write up about The Just and what we were trying to accomplish with, the book. And then there are 5 not preview pages. Well, so there are 5 pages of story that actually are take place before issue number 1. So this gives you an intro to the story, and then when issue number 1 comes, it's going to continue from there. So there's those pages. There's art by a number of different amazing artists. My stuff is in there. So some of the the creations, the superhero teams that we put together. We have stuff by like this, which is an amazing wraparound cover we're going to use for issue number 1 from Matt Weldon. And it's a super super fun book. So the ash cans, we made 50 of these total. We do have a few left. And these are available as well. So if anybody is still interested in a copy of the Just, reach out to me on social media, whether that's X, Instagram, or Facebook. You can reach out to me there and request a copy. They are $15. That includes the shipping. And so we will have those. So that said, let me roll into my next update, because I'll have copies of the ash can and copies of M Squad #1 available in basically 2 weeks on May 3rd at Free Comic Book Day. So Free Comic Book Day is coming up and coming fast. Um, so we will so at Free Comic Book Day, I'm going to be at a comic book store called Symbiotics Comics in Victoria, Texas. I'll be there all day. I will be selling, I will be signing, and we will be doing some sketches as well. So as I understand, they're going to be offering, I think it is 10 free sketches for like the first 10 people in line who come when the store opens on Free Comic Book Day. So check it out. And if you're in the Victoria, Texas area, come by, visit, and say hi. So it's Free Comic Book Day. In case anybody's not aware, if you do check this out and you're like, what's Free Comic Book Day? So every first Saturday in May every year is what they call Free Comic Book Day. So lots of publishers put out usually a slightly smaller, sometimes a preview book, sometimes an actual full issue, sometimes it's an issue, just a side story issue, but it's a comic, and they give it free to comic book stores around the country, with the idea that those then turn around and give them free to their customers as a way to entice people to come on into comic book stores, enjoy the medium, and maybe check out something that you haven't checked out before. A lot of them are oriented for children. You see a lot of stuff with all ages type books. So again, if you have kids, it's a great opportunity to bring them and maybe get them into the hobby of comic books that you love as well. So that's that. And then let me talk about art. So I have been busy, super busy at the drawing table. So I'm working already on drawing M Squad #3. I am moving ahead strong no matter what. I believe that we'll get M Squad #2 funded one way or another. Where there's a will, there's a way. I think it's a story that everybody should see and read. And so I believe we're going to do that. And there's going to be M Squad #3 and 4 and 5. I'm going to continue to work on these. So I've already got pages over on my drawing board right now of M Squad #3. But then sometimes I just get an itch to draw something different. I get an idea, somebody says something, it gives me an idea, and I go, oh man, that would be fun. Because drawing is not just a side hustle or job for me. It is a passion and something that I find just fun and enjoyable. So I have been drawing a bunch, and I thought I would share some of the stuff that maybe you haven't seen in a while, and let you know that I do have some original art that is for sale. I'll have it with me at Victoria if it's still available in a couple of weeks. I'll also be posting it up again on my various social media platforms and letting folks know if they would like to purchase any of this stuff, that it is available. Now, some of this is a little higher end, meaning that these are pieces that are more like, 11 by 17, full inks, large format, a lot of characters. So sometimes I will have stuff that is smaller. It's head sketches or, 9 by 12. I have a bunch of stuff that I do for Inktober every October. I still have some of those that are available, and I sell those for $10 a piece. So the stuff I'm about to show you is a little more high end, and I hope that you find it interesting. So let me go over here and let me start showing you what we got here. So this is one of the most recent things that I did. So this is actually double page spread. So it's two 11 by 17 boards put together. I used Photoshop to erase the line in between, but it is two full boards. And this is X Factor. So this is Marvel Comics X Factor from the 80s, with the full team and the original team. So you have Cyclops, Marvel Girl, Iceman, the Beast, Angel. Then the next kind of person who joined was Caliban, and then they had these mutant kids that they would recruit and help out. So you have Rusty, Skids, you have Leech and Artie, and Boom Boom and Richter, all of whom have gone on over the years to feature in not only X-Men books but other books. But I love this team. I love the costume designs with the big bold X's on them. Eventually, Walt Simonson he was not the first artist, but he ended up really taking over the book and took it to new heights. And it's a big influence on me and what M Squad is. So that's the double page spread X Factor book. This one is $200 because it is the two pages together. But that's one that I did recently and really enjoyed it. And then here's another X Factor. So one of the things I like to do are these cover recreations. So this is X Factor by Walt Simonson. And what I did is I did a full recreation. So this is 11 by 17 again, fully hand-drawn inks, and just my take on it. So your composition is the same, but then I've gone ahead and kind of made Apocalypse more the way I draw Apocalypse. I've made Archangel's wings bigger, but it's got the logo and the cover box, the corner box, and all that kind of stuff. So this is my cover recreation or re-imaging, I guess, of X Factor number 25. So that is also available. That is a $50 piece if anybody's interested in buying that one. And then here's another recreation. So I'm a big fan of werewolves. If you've seen through M Squad, one of my characters is Fang. He has werewolf powers, werewolf-like powers. And so Werewolf by Night by Marvel number 18 featured this great cover with the two werewolves battling. But I redid it and kind of upped the lighting, made it a more stark lighting, updated the werewolf features. I feel like these were kind of just sort of hairy monsters. I didn't feel like it was werewolves. And I made the lady here, the female character in peril, I made her a little bit larger, updated her hair to give her a more modern current hairstyle. But super fun, and again, recreated all of the trade dress, the cover stuff. So this is another recreation, 11 by 17 on full paper, full hand drawn, and that is also a $50 piece. If you're a fan of comics and you have not been under a rock the last week, you know that Youngblood has made its return. So Youngblood was the first comic from Image Comics in the 90s, and Rob Liefeld is back and has, relaunched Youngblood, his premier title, and it is killing it. Youngblood is doing amazing. And so this was a Team Youngblood piece that I did, featuring most of the original characters there. So you have Cougar and Chapel and Shaft, Bad Rock, Vogue, Die Hard, and Photon. Super, super fun characters, great designs. I love drawing teams. I mean, obviously, as you see from M Squad, I really enjoy the dynamic interaction of teams and the different look of characters, how they work together. So this is another 11 by 17 full page piece. This one is $100. And then I think I have shown this one somewhere before, but this one was done around Halloween time. This is the crow from both, obviously, uh, the movie, uh, which of course now there was a remake, but this is more of the based on the Brandon Lee version in the movie, and of course the graphic novel that it started it all, The Crow by James Omar. So it's a fun piece, very moody, a lot of ink, a lot of black, a lot of dark. If you are into The Crow or that kind of stuff, this was a cool piece. And again, another 11 by 17 hand drawn piece. This one is also $100 and available. Um, this one is also 11 by 17. We've got a Deadpool Wolverine kind of team up. It's hard to see on the screen, I think, here, but all this background around Wolverine is all hand hatching. So it's all lines, crisscrossing lines, making various shades of the darkness as opposed to the solid black over here. Super fun. Obviously, the movie Deadpool Wolverine, still huge, still something fun, something I really enjoy going back and watching. And so we've got Wolverine and Deadpool piece here. This one is $75. And then this one you may or may not know about. Again, depends on how much of a comic book reader you are. So Marvel has been doing a thing called Ultimate. So Ultimates was, trying to think, it had to be in the 90s, maybe early, very early 2000s, when they came out with things like Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Fantastic Four, Ultimate X-Men. And it was a whole separate universe that sort of rebooted all these characters for modern new audiences, got rid of all of the decades of continuity that people had a hard time keeping up with and jumping in on. So this was a jumping in point. And they've brought back the title of Ultimate. And so this is Ultimate Wolverine. So in this universe, the version of Wolverine, Wolverine is basically the Winter Soldier. So if you're familiar with Winter Soldier being Captain America's old partner, Bucky Barnes, what they've done is the same thing, is basically the Russian government kidnapped Wolverine and turned him into a mindless controlled soldier. And this is the version of Ultimate Wolverine. So something that was just cool. It was just a neat, different way of drawing Wolverine with a different kind of costume and stuff. I thought it would be a lot of fun. The stark red on black would be fun to do. And so we have the Ultimate Wolverine, also again 11 by 17. This one is $50. And then again, as I mentioned, I love those comics that came out in the 80s into the 90s. And the New Mutants was one of those books that I really, really enjoyed. There's been some amazing artists and writers who participated in crafting the New Mutants. It was a book about kids when I was a kid. It was a book about, teenagers in school when I was a teenager in school. So it really kind of struck home and connected with me. And I just really enjoy the interesting nature of all these characters and their powers. Like, to have a guy like Sunspot down here in the corner, he's super strong, but he needs to absorb sunlight. That's what powers him. So if he's in the dark, if he's inside for too long, he won't have enough power. But he's also physically small, but not indestructible the way we think of like a Superman or the Hulk or other super strong characters. So just really interesting little quirks and twists on the powers and the characters. So this was just one of those things I just had in my head and needed to get out, and decided let's draw the New Mutants. So this is As you can see, the theme here, it's 11 by 17. And this New Mutants is also $100. And then let me skip this one. This is a piece I did. This is Bane from Batman. This is the man who broke the Batman's back in the day. And now, there's a lot of different iterations of Bane, whether it's movies, video games, and in the new Absolute Batman line of comics, they redesigned Bane again, which was kind of had some controversy, which is what led to, hey, let's do a drawing of Bane. But this is more classic, original comics slash animated series sort of Bane. So this one is 9 by 12. So a little bit smaller piece. This one is a $25 piece. And then the last one we're going to talk about here is Lady Death. So again, if you're not a comic book fan, you may not know what Lady Death is. Lady Death is got to be the most popular, prolific, biggest earning independent comic book probably of all time. I mean, so the guy who created Lady Death, who publishes Lady Death, is Brian Pulido, and that guy does the most amazing crowdfunding campaigns. His books are incredible. He's crafted this entire universe and fan base around Lady Death, who started out as a sort of a side character in a different book, but just awesome stuff. And there was a recent Lady Death campaign that came out, and I had never really drawn Lady Death before. So I said, you know what, let's draw Lady Death and some of the characters from her book. And so we have Lady Death and Friends. This one is also 11 by 17 and is a $100 piece. So that is kind of the art that's out there and the art for sale. And that's, what we're doing and some stuff that's available. So like I said, I will put this all out on social media. And so if folks are interested in purchasing any original art, you can reach out and let me know. If there's no takers, I'll be taking these to Free Comic Book Day and having them there as well. So, so we've been going about a half hour. I'm going to go just a little bit longer here, and then we'll wrap it up because we're past brunch and we're heading to lunch. And this is a brunch stream, not a lunch stream. So thank you all very much for checking it out. Again, I try to thank everybody for their support in all of my videos. The Spider-Man ones, I close out, every video every week, thanking all the supporters, letting you know how much it means to me to know that people are viewing, the work that I'm doing, that they are commenting, that they're giving it a like, they're subscribing to the channel. All that stuff is awesome. And again, comics, I would make comics. I feel like if I was on a desert island by myself and I had paper and pencil, I'd still be drawing and making stories. It's just what I love to do. But it definitely means a lot to be able to give it to people to read and to know that it brings them enjoyment. That is really, really exciting. Actually, I'll tell you, it's super cool. I was on a draw stream 2 weeks ago where the artist drew my characters. So we went through M Squad. I provided reference, and they got to look at the characters. And there were, I think it was like 6 different artists. Each took, their whatever character they wanted to do, and did sort of their version of it. And it was amazing. It was so cool to see what they took out of it, what inspired them, and everybody did something different, and everybody did the coolest stuff. And that just tells me that, as an artist, I'm on the right path, that these characters, at least visually, are speaking to people and that they really like them. And that means the world. So I appreciate it. and want to let you know that no matter what happens with M Squad number two, um, I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep grinding, keep slogging away, and M Squad number two will be a real thing. We'll get there. We'll do it, and we'll do it together. And it'll be my book, and it'll be your book. And that's part of the beauty of crowdfunding is it's not just me selling you something; it's you participating in the creation of something that then you also enjoy. How many times do you, a movie comes out, it's a movie of a property that you really like, but mm, maybe the story isn't quite right. I wouldn't have chosen that artist. I don't really like what's going on here. I don't like this. I don't like that. Or it's toys or clothes or shoes. How many times do you go and go, I had this favorite thing, and then they changed it on me, or they stopped selling it, or whatever it is. Crowdfunding is your way of saying, I like this. I want more of this. Keep making this way. And so I think it's a super cool interaction between creators and the fans and the people um, who are participating and enjoying the content. So anyway, like I said, that's my soapbox, and I hope you all enjoy it. Um, so yeah, not a big long stream here. I have got some more work to do, but I want to thank you all so much. Thanks everybody who dropped by Looning Creations. Thanks for dropping by and commenting. If you enjoyed the video and what we got for updates, just thumbs up. I see a thumbs up there. Thank you so much. Everybody else, don't forget to check out Indiegogo. Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel here and the Monday Spidey art review streams, as well as anything else that I put up on the channel. I will try to do some more drawing videos. Those are a little bit harder because typically I have to mute the audio. So for me, like it's very hard to draw just in dead silence. So I usually will have something, whether it's a movie, a TV show, sports, a podcast, music, something on in the background, which obviously I can't broadcast, right? I'm going to get struck, copyright struck by doing that. So what I end up doing is drawing with the audio off and then going back and doing a ton of editing and voiceover. And that just takes a lot of time. And as you can see, I've been super busy with everything going on. So I will get back to some of those. And likewise, let me know if there's other kinds of video content you might want to see. If you want to see something about tools, like if you want to know what kind of pens do I use, what kind of paper do I use, or any recommendations that I might have, tricks, tips, what kind of, things would be helpful to learn. I've done videos about how to take a comic book script and turn it into a page and composition. We could dive into more of that if people are interested there. Again, I have a lot of information, and as you can tell, I'm happy to share it. So if you have anything, things like that, let me know what you might be interested in down the road, and we'll go from there. And I'll be happy to do it. So. All right, so we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to play the outro, which again is the teaser trailer for M Squad number 2. Please don't hesitate or don't forget to go check it out on Indiegogo. Share the link, if nothing else. If it's not something you want to back, or you're not in a position where you can back right now, share that link out on your social media, because you never know, it might be just the thing that somebody is looking for. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll talk again soon.